key things is, with regards to other reasons why programs can be, can become part of this like 60 to 80% statistic, is like resource constraints. So, and this isn't really it's partially technical, this, but it's you can have resource constraints in terms of budget. You can have constraints in terms of a shortage of skilled professionals. I know that's kind of like the area that you work in. So it must be quite hard to find people who match the skill sets that the client needs in order to deliver out. What are really important platforms for any organisation. So there's definitely, I'd say in the last 10 years especially, there's like a real shortage of skilled professionals to actually execute these kinds of analytics ventures that a customer needs. So I think it'd be good to know what your thoughts are as well, in terms of the wider resource side, because I think that can impact the project in terms of availability and even like where the project is going to be delivered. Having people, travel to a particular part of the world to deliver that project.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, obviously, it's for field and hiring, like speaking to clients. There's a lot of different factors that apply. Obviously, if your client's based in one of the major cities, it's obviously there's more talent, there's more people, so you tend to find it a lot more easier. Yeah. But then also you've got businesses, they want to build an in-house team instead of like using external contractors or freelancers. So it's a difficult one to answer. Like, it's dependent on requirement, because we've had, like I say, clients, different locations, and some, it's all like they've all got different factors involved. Like, they will use contractors or they'll use remote workers, or but like we've definitely seen over the last years that companies now are getting more flexible with like remote workers, because they want projects delivered yesterday, pretty much, don't they? And like time is crucial. So if they're spending, say, 6 months to find a permanent resource, obviously that's a lot of time wasted, or a lot more additional expense if they've had to go down the freelance or consultancy option. So no, it's definitely like, I think since the pandemic, obviously it's opened up gates, isn't it? Because we've seen like even businesses now, they're opening up. Obviously they've got offices. If most got offices globally, they've sort of put the work out across Europe, say. So, or we've got other clients that will they'll hire anyone across Europe. So again, there's different factors involved with different businesses. It's their different process. Everyone's got a different way, isn't it? So
yeah, it's definitely a blend of different factors, isn't it? In terms of, one customer that was situated in a fairly remote areas in the UK, and one of the, although they were committed to a particular cloud, they felt that they wanted to use the cloud because it was so popular that they felt that they could get people traveling. This was pre-COVID. They felt they could get people traveling to their site because the cloud that they selected was fairly popular and extremely popular actually. And so they felt that would be something that they could leverage to get people to travel to their site, which was due to the amount of personal data that was processed. That was like a really big requirement, was for people to be on site. So I think it has loosened up last like 3 or 4 years, but I think the security requirements now are much higher as a result.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a different topic, but security is a massive field now, isn't it? I mean, if you are working remotely, and especially if you're working in a field that contains a lot of data and personal data, obviously it's crucial you've got the right security in place, or you could have all sorts of issues.
Yeah, you have to include, like remote officers as part of the kind of security regime that you put in place for the program. So you can see like more and more customers now utilizing things like VPNs, because it gives like encrypted lines into the business network. So it's like it's absolutely critical now that that is rolled out. You know, not only within the platform but within the development teams that are delivering these solutions remotely. So it's like really important aspect of this.
And I think also with like the resource constraints on the hiring aspect, they need to, obviously whoever they use, if they use an internal team or external recruiters, they just need to make sure that they're clued up on their market, so they can so you're not going to be able to find remote sort of permanent resources. You may need to go down the remote option, just giving that guidance, because like again, time is crucial, and just if end day you want to be delivering as soon as possible, because that's going to minimise obviously the failure rate, because you want to be delivering as soon as possible.
Absolutely.
So then I guess anything else you want to add in terms of resource constraints, or?
I think we've pretty much covered that. You know, in terms of there was one just to kind of like bring it to life with a story. There was one program was involved. It was like a fixed price data warehouse. So that was constrained not in terms of the personnel, but in terms of the budget and the amount of budget that was assigned to it. So that was pretty high risk venture, because there was a fixed amount of time and to deliver the entire platform. So that's another type of resource constraint, but more on the financial side, that can result in when timelines compress, a fixed price delivery, that can be you need to be very switched on to get yourself through that situation, which we did fortunately on that project. But I think the